Alright, welcome back to the channel, everybody. It's been a while since I had a video. It's been rather warm here. It's pretty early in the morning. It's about 7:20 a.m. I'm out. A little bit of clouds have rolled in, but yeah, it's been scorching here. So, a little breezy this morning. We're just gonna have to deal with it. Alright, well, I'm out on the motor goat. I'm gonna hop off it and show y'all it real quick. We have got a lot to talk about. I'm playing cat dad again. Alright, so you can see I got the battery strapped. It's just precautionary. I'm not taking any chances with mine. I got the fairing on here. It looks really good. I pretty much so got it all tuned in. It's running pretty good. All right, there's a lot of people complaining about this bike, and then there's a lot of people who love it. Goat Power Bikes, for being such a new company. Boy, are they getting a lot of talk and a lot of hate. And they remind me of the Dallas Cowboys. Either you love them or you hate them. So get my GPS app out here. We're gonna just do a quick little speed run here. Now remember, this where we're gonna go here is gonna actually be a little bit of a uphill. I'm gonna reset everything, which means I gotta go through another ad. All right, so we're ready to roll here. Do a quick little speed run here. Alright, this is actually a little bit uphill, so I am going to do a little bit of a tuck. I saw 46 on the screen. Let's pull over here and see what the GPS shows we hit. And then we'll get to talking about this bike. Alright, so let's pull out the GPS and see what we got here. 46 miles per hour, everybody. All right, remember, this doesn't do decibel points, this app, so. All right. I weigh a little over 200 pounds. All right, so let's get into this thing, because look, I actually had a guy on Facebook just rip me apart over this bike. He bought the bike, he didn't like it. Well, this is what happened. He posted on the Goat Power Bikes fan group that he was looking at 2 bikes, the Motor Goat and the Rev 1. Well, all y'all know I have a Rev 1. And he said he was looking at the street version of the Rev 1. Alright, the full suspension model and the Goat. And his basic question was, which one would you buy? I told the young man, or I told the gentleman, that both bikes were really good bikes, but that the Goat's a faster bike, period. It's faster. There's no comparison in the speeds of the two. You know? I mean, I'm sorry, the Goat's just faster. So, and I based the bike I would pick off of that, and I told him that. So anyway, I guess he bought the Motor Goat, and then he's out with a friend of his that had a Rev 1 DRT model. And I guess the guy was out running him. I don't know what all was going on. I wasn't there. I do know this guy weighs about 260 pounds. All right, and he's complaining that he can only get the bike, his Motor Goat, to like 39, 40 miles per hour. Okay, and that he's not reaching the speeds that Goat promised. Well, that's not true. Goat Power Bikes promises a speed between 40 and 50 miles per hour. Okay, they don't promise you anything else. I mean, look, y'all know I bought this bike. I've got no vested interest with Goat Power Bikes. Okay? But to come out and just say this bike's a POS and that I've been smoking and doing drugs and all this other stuff he was saying, it's just ridiculous. All right? There really isn't any comparison between the two bikes as far as speed goes. This bike will go 46 miles per hour with my tubby butt on it. Alright, and to sit here and to claim that he's on a Rev 1 that was going 45 miles per hour, that's just not the case. They had the tire settings wrong, and it was giving the bike a fake top speed. Anybody can set their tires wrong. I could probably set my tires wrong on this and get 50 something miles per hour. It's not a true speed. It's not accurate. You know, those people who will tell you, oh, you can trick the bike into going faster by the that's not true. The only thing you're tricking is your display into running faster than it actually is going. You're not really getting any faster speed. It's ridiculous. You know? But I just look, let's just say this. This bike has great bones. The frame is solid as can be. Okay? It's the type of frame you would take and you'd modify if it had a gear hub motor, and you put that big 5,000 watt or 8,000 watt motor kit on it. To me, all this bike needs, I mean, I've got I had to change my brake pads, y'all, after 250 miles. I got my battery strapped down. I don't have to have my battery strapped down. I decided to do it myself. Just as an extra precaution. Should I have to have this battery strapped down? No, I shouldn't. Okay? But I'm doing it for a precautionary reason. Okay? But look, the fact is the bones of this bike, the frame, the motor, the controller, as far as I can tell, they're high quality. The rear shock is outstanding for me. Works really good. I know there's a lot of people that don't like it. They say it's too stiff. I think the front shocks are too stiff. Okay? I don't think they ride soft enough. If I was going to upgrade either the fork or the shock, I'd upgrade the fork. I think the rear shock's fine. All this complaining about this bike, there's way more people out there that are loving their bike than that are hating it. You know, like all e-bike companies, especially new ones, they're having some growing pains. They're having a few issues with their contractor in China. They're having some issues with FedEx and their deliveries. Ultimately, these are contractors that Goat Power Bike has chosen to use. So yes, it's on them. I don't want to hear that this isn't on them. It's their contractor. So ultimately, yes, it is. All right, now we all know FedEx delivers everybody's bikes damaged occasionally, not just Goats. We also know that every e-bike company has some issues occasionally. The Rev 1, when it first came out, the chain was too tight on a lot of bikes, and they had a faulty cable on some of them. So, you know, it just happens. Occasionally, you're going to get some issues. But man, I mean, the complaining and just the bashing of the company. I just, you know, I'm not having the issues that some of these people are having. So it's not right for me to comment on some of the issues these folks are having. I will tell you this. There are people buying this bike as their first ever e-bike. And this is not a first ever e-bike. You know, I just can't say it enough. You should start off with something that only goes about 28 miles per hour, 30 miles per hour. You should get adjusted onto an e-bike that way before you start buying these more powerful bikes. Okay, there's guys buying these bikes that have never even rode a motorcycle or anything in their life. And it's been 30 years since they rode a bicycle. Now, I mean, geez, to me, that just seems crazy. And then there's people who are taking the bikes and doing crazy stuff with them. This bike's made to be a burner, a speedster. It's not made to put a bunch of weight on it. This is certainly not a cargo bike. It's not a delivery bike. Okay? I don't care how much stuff you put on it. It's still not any of that. Morning. Alright, well, we're gonna talk about the kittens just real quick. I told you I'm playing cat dad again. One of the feral kittens, Patches, had kittens. She had 3 babies. She had an orange one, she had a blonde one, she had kind of a gray grizzly one. The orange one's an orange tabby, The blonde one's kind of got like a clouded leopard type pattern on him. And then the gray grizzly one's kind of got a similar pattern as Blondie. So we got Blondie, we got Trouble, and we got Reddy. When I found them, they were between probably 3 and 4 weeks old. They still had the little blue eyes. We've had them a couple weeks now. We did get their mother also. Yeah, howdy! We caught Patches! Finally, I only been trying to catch Patches since she was born. So, but yeah, we got her. She actually came right in my house. Her desire to be a mother and to eat food was more than her desire to be free. And we got her. I've mentioned Patches in prior videos. She's one of those cats that's so damn ugly, she's beautiful. She's just a gorgeous cat. So I'm gonna put some photos at the end of this video of them. They're quite cute. They're gonna be available in a couple of weeks. Once I get them weaned off of nursing off of her, once she does that herself. We're already getting close to that. She's already been laying on her belly, not letting them nurse at times. So it's just a matter of time before she gets them off of that. So, didn't really want to be a cat dad again, y'all. I will tell y'all that. Was not hoping to be another cat dad. But Mother Nature had other ideas, and you know, I just can't leave the kittens wandering the neighborhood. Then we got 3 more feral kittens running around. Blondie's already coming around. When I pet Blondie, Blondie purrs and goes into a very, very relaxed and what I call that cat. That catatonic vibe they get when you're petting them, and they loving it. Now the other 2 are letting me pet them, but they're not there yet to the purring and the loving it. Reddy's a little feisty. I call Reddy the leader of the pack. Then the little girl, we got 2 boys and a female. The Blondie's a male, Reddy's a male, and Trouble's a female. Trouble's gonna be a small little girl, like her mother. So, of course, once the kids are grown up and ready to go, I'm gonna have to trap Patches, take her to the city and have her. My city has started a TNR program finally. Yahoo! Cheap ass city. But I can't say that anymore because they've actually started a TNR. So we're gonna have to trap her. That's gonna be a lot of fun. Not looking forward to it. We still haven't been able to get Tobiah caught, and she's still running from us, although I'm really close to her letting me pet her. She's really close to coming to me. But yeah, Tobiah and Patches are sisters. So we were able to catch Tobiah. They have a brother named Cloudy. I haven't seen Cloudy in probably 4 months. 3-4 months. What happens is the male cats run him off. Beat him up enough to the point where he took off. So, or something bad happened to him. I'd like to think that You know, we really don't try to catch the males. I try to catch the females. I find that if there's no females for them to mate, they leave. So if you can get the females, the males will go. They don't like staying around if there's no ladies to service. So, alright, well, that's enough of the kittens and the kids. Let's talk about this bike and why, you know, you got a one-man band trying to run this company, and he's behind on emails and he's behind on stuff. Okay, and you got, like I said, you got a contractor that's, well, they're just not testing these batteries. Some of them, obviously, they're not testing the batteries. Okay, I don't know if other companies test their batteries, but clearly when somebody charges their battery up at home and goes out and rides the bike for the first time and only gets about 2 or 3 miles and their battery dies because their BMS fried from the load, that it wasn't tested. Okay, and like I said, I don't know if other e-bike companies test their batteries under any kind of load, but you know, I will say this: if I got a battery that was bad, I'd be pretty upset about it. All right, the battery is, well, it's more than 25% of the cost of the bike. So I could see people being very upset about their batteries. But I also would say to that, patience is, yeah, see, I'm getting a brake rub on the rear. I'm gonna have to pull over and check that. That is one thing I will say, these brakes still. Check this. I might as well check it with y'all. Yeah, that sounds pretty bad. Yeah, let's take a look at it. See what's going on here. See if something's come loose. Which I doubt. Everything's tight. Everything looks okay. So I'll have to get it home and try adjusting it again. I get that occasionally on the front too. Intermittent rub still. So yeah, and people are having that too. Now it's basically gone away again. So, you know, you got a lot of that. Got a lot of people getting brake rubs. I've changed my pads and I'm still getting it a little bit. Not like it was. I mean, it was rubbing pretty much so. I couldn't get rid of the rub in the front. It would come back every time I squeezed the brakes, and then it would go away a little bit, then come back. So yeah, they see, it just is what it is. A little frustrating. But, you know, you do quite a bit of work on this. I've adjusted these brakes several times and still am getting the rub, intermittent rub. So, well, anyway, y'all, that's going to do it for this week's video. Please leave me a like. Please subscribe. I want to say thank you to some of y'all who've come on board with me here in last couple months since the goat videos have been coming out. And of course, I want to thank all of y'all who've been with me, especially those of you who came on board at the very beginning. So we're getting there. We're getting our subscriber count up slowly but surely. This is only my third season, so but I want to leave you with a final note. All in all, this bike has great bones. It's the type of, it's got a great frame, great motor, and a great controller. I like the suspension. I think the front fork could be a little softer, but the other components on the bike are replaceable. I've said this a million times. Do I think this bike really needs to have a 7-speed transmission? No. A single speed would have been better. Less stuff to have to worry about going bad. Okay, nobody's pedaling this bike. Very few people are. So, all right. But all in all, this bike has a great platform, a great base, great bones. So, all right. Well, take care, everybody. We'll see you on the next video. And we got some cat pictures coming up for you. Take care. Have a good one.